Each year we invite everyone in our church family to be part of something we call our legacy offering. The idea comes from Matthew 6, where Jesus says, "Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, but store up for yourselves treasures in heaven. For where your treasure is, there your heart will also be." We've really tried to live out these words as a church family. We've been giving in a way that impacts the kingdom of God and the lives of our community. Your generosity has given Christmas bonuses to teachers, and some of those teachers have actually walked into our church and experienced the love of Jesus. Your generosity has planted churches in Liberty Hill last year and Kyle and Lake Travis a few years before that. We've also supported missionaries around the globe, from Indonesia to an orphanage in Leon, Mexico. Jesus taught that our hearts always gravitate towards what we treasure. And so our hearts are invested in these ministries, these causes, and these people. And then there's 2020. We started off with an all-night prayer meeting. We launched a bunch of small groups. We were ramping up for Easter, and then, well, I don't need to tell you what happened. I don't need to remind you of how difficult it's really been. But what I want to remind you of is how faithful God has been and how faithful you've been in this process. I saw you post videos of your kids worshiping with us online. During Sunday morning services, our chat threads were filled with likes and hearts, and you gave a little cheer for the One Chapel coffee mug from your own living rooms. We continued to give generously to people in need, to some in our local Austin music industry who lost their jobs. We provided vehicles, rent, food, and utilities for needy families. We've never missed even a month of supporting our One Chapel missionaries, and recently we even gave to Mountain Gateway's efforts to help those devastated by the hurricanes in Nicaragua. Oh, and you gave towards this. The place I'm standing in right now. This is our new home for One Chapel Austin. We've gone a decade without a home, and now we've held several work days, and we've given towards the first phase of renovations, and we're doing so much to make this a home. We're going to need all of us to help finish this building as we move in 2021. And we're looking ahead for a home for Kyle and renovations for Liberty Hill and Lake Travis. But I actually wonder if we might imagine how we could help others find their home. Community First is a ministry in our city that provides affordable, permanent housing and a supportive community for men and women coming out of chronic homelessness. I'm hoping that we can build a home for someone who is homeless and give to Community First as part of our legacy offering this year. We want our hearts to be with our community, and so our treasures must be there as well. Treasures that will end up being stored in heaven. We recently did a series called 2020 Legacy, and our hope is that our church legacy will be that even when difficult things happen, we turn our hearts towards loving our neighbors as ourselves and loving God with all of our hearts. I'm so honored at the way you have all given, the way you've served, and all the ways you've loved people in this trying year. I've never been more proud to be your pastor and to call One Chapel my church family. Come on, let's do it again. Let's change some more lives together this year.